It is one of the busiest interchanges in Metro Detroit. We're talking about I-75 and I-696. It has been a headache for many drivers after last night's storm flooded a good portion of the freeway. Our own Stephen Clark is out there in the thick of things right now, checking out the situation. How is it looking now, Stephen?
Well, it's looking like a lot of water is still here, and you try to pick a worse intersection across the Metro Detroit area to have this happen to, and you couldn't find one worse than this. This is just such a hub of traffic. We have Lieutenant Mike Shaw with the Michigan State Police with us to talk about this. First of all, describe what we see back here. What is this?
Actually, this is a lot better than what we saw last night when the flooding first started. If you can kind of see where the bridge overpass is there, the water was almost up to the top of that, so the water has kind of receded quite a bit. But this is the 696-75 interchange, so most traffic east or west, north or south, coming either from Detroit or coming from the suburb is coming through this interchange.
Yeah, you're telling me, or I guess somebody else was telling me over here, that overpass is like 14 feet or something like that, and there's about 6 inches of clearance before the water, so that means the water is nearly 14 feet deep.
14 feet deep, and that's something that, and we've seen freeways flood before. If you live in the area long enough, you're used to Hines Drive, you're used to 94 in certain spots where you see a little bit of flooding. In my 19 years here and 17 in the district, I've never seen anything like this.
Now, what we see down there right now are boats. We see Michigan State Police boats and divers. What are they looking for?
Actually, what there are actually cars still submerged down in that water. So what we're trying to do now is we're going to make sure that there's nobody in those cars. We're also checking for starting to look for damage to either the overpasses or to the concrete underneath where the water is. And then the dive teams are also going to kind of go through there and do some other assessments to make sure that the roadway can either be safe or we can get our guys in there to start pulling out those cars and then opening up this freeway.
And how many cars are under this water and then up the way under 9 Mile?
They're saying all total from everywhere that they went in this area from this to 696 is probably about 60 vehicles.
60 vehicles underwater. Another question for you, tow trucks. We've been hearing some complaints. People feel they're getting gouged by tow trucks that haul them out of this mess. We've heard figures up to $900. What's the rule on that? How much can they charge?
If they're paying $900, they've got an issue, and probably they should bring that back up to an attorney in that tow service. For us, we do contract our tow services. Those tow services will be used here, but they can charge you $1 if they want to. We set a ceiling, not a low price, so it's up to the tow truck company to make that price.
Thank you very much, Lieutenant. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. That's the situation live from one of the busiest intersections in Metro Detroit. Back to you guys.
All right, Stephen, thank you.
Our teams have it covered.